We often hear how important it is to live in the present.
What's that all about? What does it mean? How do we live a life like that? And really, like, what benefit is it to do that?
That's what we wanted to know, so we asked the universe.
Welcome to this episode of What's the Universe Say About That?
I'm Mary Obana, and along with my husband Michael, we asked the universe for answers. You see, I'm blessed with this beautiful gift where I get quiet and I can connect with the loving guidance of the universe.
So today, you'll see and hear Mary connect directly to that divine guidance and hear the words of wisdom flow directly through her in response to questions about life and the challenges we all face at certain times.
So, welcome to our home.
And welcome to this now normal, but always amazing part of our daily lives. So sit back, get ready, and let's hear what the universe has to say about that.
Let's do it. Hi there.
Hey, everybody. You know, if you're old enough to remember Wayne's World, there was a line that Garth said saying, live in the now, live in the now. And that's a big theme today. I read a book by Eckhart Tolle called, I think it was called The Power of Now.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for myself, I tend to replay the past a lot and I try to predict the future a lot. Living in the now is a nice concept, but I tend to just kind of ping pong between what happened and what's about to happen or what could happen. And I thought I'd like to take a deep dive into understanding what it really means to live in the now and
And
how
why
do we,
it's why it's important.
why it's important and
Yeah.
how do we really, in a practical way, how do we do it?
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
This is a very practical episode.
Practical episode.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Extra
How
credit.
to live in the now.
And why
And
it
why do we
helps us
want
in
it?
our daily
Okay.
lives. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Why
Make
it's
it
important.
happen. Okay.
All right. Let's see what the universe says
This
about
is
that.
perfect.
Okay. Here we go. It is good to be with you. There is a lot of talk these days about living in the now. But where does all that talk come from? Why is it so important? This is a wonderful question. We are delighted to discuss this with you. The human experience is all about the moment, meaning the only things that are truly real is that which is immediately in front of you. The mind, this human mind, is the only way you can be transported away from what is. The mind takes you to the past, replaying conversations, thinking about things that were, wondering how they could have been different, or even delighting in past experiences that brought you such joy. The future comes when the mind is trying to predict that which is yet to come. You see, the mind is essential to all of this because what is in front of you is neither the past or the future. It is what is right now. This isn't to say that there isn't joy that can happen from thinking about the past or contemplating a beautiful future. Where it starts to become distracting is when you spend more of your time in the past or in the future. Because when you spend your time only in the past or only in the future, you miss that which is right in front of you. What is right in front of you is all that is. What we mean to say by that is that you are creators, you see. You have come to this life experience to create a life of wonderful and challenging experiences, all to support your growth and joy and fulfillment. That which is right in front of you is what is being created. You have a blank canvas in the moment that is. You are creating new experiences. When you rely or live so much in the past, you are stopping the creation of new experiences. It's as if you put a block on growth, a stop to the creation of new things. You have fixed your life in the past. When you focus on the future, while this can be delightful, it is only of the mind, you see. The future can only be a construct of the mind, for it is not yet real. You have full agency over that which is in front of you. This does not mean you control everything that is in front of you. It means you have the choice to address that which is in front of you. How you create that moment, what you make of that moment, how you see that moment, how you build that moment is all because of what you bring to that moment. The experience is the result of what you bring to any moment. The circumstances is what has been given to you. How you meet that moment is what defines the experience. And so, when you focus on the moment that is, you are in a creating mode. You are building new experiences. You are growing new experiences. You are introducing new experiences to your life. Living in the future does not do that. Living in the past does not do that. And while there is beauty in reflecting on beautiful moments in the past or considering beautiful potential moments in the future, there is also the mind that focuses on the darkness of the past. And it fills you with anger, frustration, angst, guilt, regret. Or if you focus on the future out of a need to control the uncertainty, it fills you with anxiety, for you are trying to control something that you cannot in the moment, you see. The future is not here. So you see, focusing on the moment is always an experience of creation. You have come to this life experience to build, to create, to embrace new experiences. And the moment that is truly the only thing you can impact. You cannot change the past. The future is not here yet. The moment that is indeed the only thing that you can impact. So to live a life of fullness, to live a life of growth, to embrace and welcome all that is for you, it requires a focus on the moment that is. If you are angsting about something in the future, what can you do about it in this moment? If you reflect on something in the past that you regret, how can that inform how you live in the moment? The past can be a great teacher. The learning that comes from past experiences inform the new experiences. The future that you worry about can be affected by the action you take in the moment. So you see, the present moment is all there truly is that is real. Does this make sense?
That's beautiful. Um, I love the kind of be reminded or told about there is a distinction between the experience and the circumstance. Those are really completely different things as opposed to one and the same. I would love to kind of push this conversation to the how and the why. So I think I completely get the why it's important, um, and what happens if we don't live in the now. How do you take someone that whose mind is used to living in that pendulum, or either one state or the other, or are always in a pendulum state of going from past to future? Um, how do you actually stop the pendulum so you can focus on the present?
Mm. The surest way to snap yourself out of this pendulum, as you call it, vacillating between the past and the future, is to take in what is in front of you. The most immediate thing is your breath.
Hmm.
When you breathe, it is what is in the moment. There is no purer expression of the moment than the breath. Breathing in, focusing on the breath. You cannot be in the future or the past when you are focusing on the breath that is. This is a wonderful way to interrupt this vacillation, this living in the past, living in the future, you see, but also engaging with that which is in front of you. There's something beautiful about getting out of your head and into your world, walking outside, feeling the air on your face, the wind on your cheeks, the sun on your skin, engaging with what is right in front of you and breathing, looking at the sky, the color. It can be a brilliant blue or a smoky gray. It changes all the time. Noticing what is right in front of you, walking a path, looking at the people that are passing, seeing the trees and how the leaves gently sway in the wind. These are ways for you to re-engage with what is in front of you. You see, that which is always present, nature being a perfect example of this, invites you to see, to smell, to sense, to hear, to experience that which is right in front of you.
Are those sound it sounds like training yourself to recognize the present. So it's a practice that has to be, I don't know, repeated. Is that correct?
There are some who are naturally able to live in the what you call the present. But if you are asking for one who is more naturally focused on the past or the future, it does require intention to interrupt the mind's focus on that which was or that which is yet to be, to fully interrupt that activity which is in your mind and engage actively with what is in front of you. It interrupts the pattern and the routine of living in your mind. You see, living in your mind is lonely. Living in your mind, only you can be there. You are the only one that is experiencing that which is in your mind. When you engage with that which is in front of you are not alone. You are living, walking, breathing, listening, seeing all that is for you. The trees that are present, the ocean that is moving, the people that are passing, the one that you look up to and say hello. It is a forced pattern interrupt, but it does need to be done with intention because you can easily walk those streets in the fresh air, not noticing a thing because you are still in your mind, focusing on that which you are seeing, feeling, hearing, experiencing, breathing in, feeling the breath. That is what catapults you to the moment that is. But it is true, it is with intention. It always must be with intention because your mind is always with you. It can be in all those circumstances. Have you ever driven and you are in your mind and minutes or hours go by and you couldn't say where you were? You couldn't say what you saw because you were going through the motion of that activity while entrenched in your mind. It does require an engagement, and this is what the life experience is about, you see. It is about engaging. It is about creating. It is about taking in all that is for you right in front of you. It is a beautiful respite from the mind.
Oh, thank you.
There is so much to be taken in every moment of every day. We ask that you engage with these gifts,
Mm.
all the newness, all the offerings, all of it is for you. The present is a gift to behold.
Thank you. Beautiful, as always.
Was there anything that made you think about things differently?
Yeah, like, I was gonna say like so many, it's actually like every conversation we have like this, it it sounds like I'm being reminded as I'm
Mhm.
being, there's an aha moment, a little turn of phrase or a little specific point they make, but it doesn't feel like, an invention. It feels like, "Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's so simple.
Mhm.
Or I kinda knew that,"
Mhm.
you know? So the breaking of the circumstance, the breaking of the singular aspect of a circumstance is an experience, that hit with me.
Mhm.
It's like those can be completely different.
Mhm.
We have no control necessarily of the circumstance or less control of the circumstance, but we have complete control of the experience.
Mhm.
That was important. And then the house stuff, I mean, the way I kind of think of that whole reading or message was the first half was just perfect, beautiful, a succinct kind of summary of what
The present
what the
is.
present is and why
Mhm.
it's important.
Mhm.
The second half was, again, it's so simple. You know, I would never ever thought of just start with the breath, you
Mhm.
know. Um, and as you were talking, I was thinking, well, you don't have to be a monk doing breath work in a cave somewhere. It's just really, it's just a s it's they use the perfect term. It's like an interruption because my
Mhm.
my mind just always wants
To run. Yeah.
to run. It's like a
Yeah.
dog, let him out and let him go.
Yeah.
Um, so this is kind of like it's an interrupt. It's
Yeah.
a stop the pendulum for a second. Left to its own devices, it's going to start swinging again.
Yeah.
So every once in a while, you just have to kind
Yeah.
of stop the pendulum.
Yeah.
And those are really simple tools.
Practical
Yeah.
tools, yeah, and that everyone has access to.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're purposeful. They have to be intentional,
Mhm.
first of all. And it felt like, okay, I'm training the dog here.
Yeah.
I've got to train the mind
Mhm.
to not constantly be in this state of hyper past or future. Um, it just felt like, oh, as the more I train that and the more I'll use those tools of breath and just noticing things, that will interrupt the pattern. And maybe, and I've seen it already with me, is you get to a more peaceful state
Yeah.
and a more healthy and creative state
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. And it's kinda like that scientifically, the neuroplasticity. It's like once you start doing that
Yeah.
and do it more frequently, it becomes something that becomes more second nature,
Yeah. You
you
almost
know?
get wired that
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's true, like, when the message was about how, you could be driving, and just be you're doing something, but you're
Zoned
you're
out.
zoning out because you're in your mind thinking
Yeah.
about whatever. And so we can go outside and we can look at the sky, whatever, but if we're still zoning out, it's
Yeah.
still the same, more of the same. So it's really
And I never heard the
engaging.
point of it doesn't feel this way, but I can totally see that it is because your mind is kind of my mind, I'll speak for myself. It kind of likes to run,
Yeah, yeah.
but
And it's good at it.
it's good at it,
Yeah.
but it's lonely. It is lonely.
Yeah,
I never
that
thought
that
of
yeah,
that
that was
because
interesting, yeah.
it's
It's like you're the only one who can be
yeah,
there.
and lonely maybe not. I don't feel lonely, but I do recognize that if you just live in your mind, what a waste of a life.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
literally,
you could do that
you
in yourself anywhere, like, without anybody in a
yeah, like,
cell.
yeah, you could do it in a cell.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like you're almost that's interesting, it's kinda like you're in prison,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. Um, so that was another kind of big
Yeah,
point.
that was a good point.
I know it's hard for you to kinda think.
Yeah. But, yeah, when you say that, I'm like, "Oh, yeah, that's
You
right,
remember
that's
that point?
yeah, that's a good point, that was a good point, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
interesting.
So, any yeah, anything else come out for you? Or again, it's hard
It's a
for
little
you to
hard, but, that was that now that you say that, that was like, yeah, that's a good
yeah.
one. I always have to re-listen and kind of re-experience it, but
Do you ever have, that pendulum feeling?
I there are times where I am certainly thinking about something, focused on something that was said or something that's coming up that I wonder or worry about. I mean, that's for sure, but I don't spend a lot of time.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
I mean, I don't know, you always joke, you always say like, "What are you thinking about right now?" I'm like, "Actually nothing right now." You're like, "What?"
It's true. I mean, you are the most present person I've ever met.
Well, not I mean, that's not I mean, I
No, I
definitely
just
have
naturally,
my
I'm saying,
yeah, I
naturally.
just yeah. I remember you asked me that when we were dating really early. You said, "So, do you spend most like" you remember you said that?
Yeah,
"Do you spend most of your time in the past, the present, or future?" I was like, "Totally present."
that's not a
Yeah,
great dating
I
question.
know. Interesting.
Yeah, I was thinking about stuff as usual. Yeah,
No doubt,
yeah.
no doubt, but
So,
anyway.
well, cool.
Well, I hope we
Hope
always
that's
say
helpful.
this, we hope this was helpful because that's why we do this, right?
Go out and focus on your breath. Go out and
Yeah.
take a walk. Do
And
something.
yes, and if there's someone you think could benefit from this, please share it with them.
Yeah.
Take it in.
In the immortal words of Garth from Wayne's World, live in the now.
On that note,
See you.
take it easy. See
Bye
you
bye.
next time.
Bye bye.